one of the soul of this chapter is Ohm's law, and Ohm's law says, as I described previously, V is here, very funny way they have given V is proportional to I is proportional to V. It's all the same actually, whether you say I is proportional to V or V is proportional to I, but whatever it may be, in both the cases you have to mention temperature remaining constant, because you know if temperature changes, the atom vibrations will change and resistance value of that substance won't remain a constant, because we are taking resistance as a constant and resistance value won't remain same, so we cannot make the Ohm's law to be valid in that case. Now there is an experiment by which we verify Ohm's law. You can see here that we talk about Ohm's law. If circuit, we have taken that this is my resistance A and B, and we connect voltmeter parallel, because voltmeter is a comparator as I told you earlier. So we connect the voltmeter parallel and ammeter is in series, and there is a battery connection, and with a key, as soon as we switch on, current flows through the circuit, and according to the potential developed between A and B, the voltmeter shows deflection and ammeter also at the same time shows deflection. By changing value of voltages, because the voltmeter source they have given him, it's a complicated one but very simple, means sometimes you can use 2 cells or 1 cell or 3 cells, depending on that you can increase the voltage, and depending on changing the values of voltage and current, you can see the change of voltage and current both at the same time. Ideal case, it should be in a similar way. The most interesting part of Ohm's law is the graph of Ohm's law. If I plot a VI curve of Ohm's law, let me do it for you here. If I plot a voltage versus time graph of Ohm's law, so what I can do a voltage versus time graph, and I'll do it here. Suppose say I have one axis here, y axis, and I axis. See, that's your choice, but convention we have to follow. Normally we consider this to be our V and this to be our I. Please note this very seriously. This is one of the crucial concept. Even higher classes needs this concept. As per the graph, as per our theory, Ohm's law, it says V is equal to IR. So I can find out I also from this graph. Suppose say, as per theory, whatever value of V, that should be of I. So this is the first point. Second case, if voltage shows 2, this is suppose say 2, say suppose this is 2, this is 1, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth, 5, and here also I have 3 and 4 and 5. So 2, and it should be ideal case, it should be 2. At 0 it should be 0. 3 it should be 3. When current is 3, voltage should be 3. Current is 4, voltage is 4. Current is 5, voltage is 5. So it is going to be a straight line. That is very simple for you. That means I am talking about a voltage source, the resistance, some resistance, whose due to its reason values, we can see the things are changing. That means this is going to be valid. So I can find out R by knowing V by I. So V is this. Let me change color to make you understand a better way. So my V is this actually. This value is V. So it comes to be 5 here. And this value is my I. So here it is 5. And here it is 3. So the resistance value I get here is V by, so 5 by 3. I get the value here to be 5 by 3. Now please note very seriously, there can be some other question, critical questions on this. Suppose say another graph you get like this. They give you two graphs, they call this to be A and this to be B, and they ask you to find out the resistance which has got more resistance, A or B. This is one of the crucial question, very often asked in board exams, so note this very carefully and understand it very carefully. So this is my A. I found out the resistance of A. Now to find out resistance of B, Again the story remains same, V by I. For B, V is this much and I is this much. It is visible to you I of B is much more than I of A, and V of B is much less than V of A. And V and R are in the, V is the numerator. So if V increases, R is bound to increase. So here you come with the point, if this is less, B is going to be less, and if this is more, A is going to be RA, resistance A. So the answer remains RA is much greater than RB. It is very clear to you, I hope. So you talk about resistance by looking at the graph. Suppose you have another graph which starts from, let me change another color to make you understand, and suppose they say like this, it is like this. Now they want to compare the resistance of this with A and B. One thing is very much visible here, that this is having higher voltage already. Starting voltage is 2 volt, whereas the starting current is 0 for C. That means story is not same. We already have some added voltage to this, and then they are asking you to find out the resistance of C. That means again we can use this concept here. The voltage is this plus the voltage that 2 volt will consider, and the current will consider, and then we'll find out how much is the resistance of C as per C, A and B. We'll compare and we'll find out the exact value. Then I'll discuss some more critical questions later after finishing the topic, and with this I'll conclude today, because in next class I'll start with series and parallel of resistances, and that is very crucial and extremely numerically intensive, so you should be very clear to understand this. Thank you.